The heavens opened up once more this week, as if all our ancestors heaved a sigh of relief following the recent incidents of enlightenment and truth that the citizens of this could have been so great republic have been exposed to in recent weeks. It is no wonder some of our citizens are resorting to self-importance infused with a large dose of unaccountability. Monkey see, monkey do, mos. Duh. I mean, Donald Trump is leading what used to be one of the world's greatest countries, and here in this little growth spot we call home, we have so much of our own drama to deal with, we can't even raise our heads up long enough to deal with the state of the world as a whole. News of a Russian billionaire, Rashid Sardarov, having entered into a 99-year lease agreement with government, meaning SWAPO, purchasing 4 Namibian farms for $43 million Namibian dollars, with 15 struggle kids thrown in to sweeten the deal, just a few days before the long-awaited Second National Land Conference, has incensed many. Journalists were turned away at a press conference on the matter last week and were informed that only the journalists of the national broadcaster were welcome there. Land expert Tommy Bayer and I chatted about the Lands Minister Utoni Nuyoma first having been reported to have said that the deal would benefit Namibians, and then claiming that his signature had been forged with regards to the documents pertaining to the deal. Mem!
I think it's quite a bizarre situation. It's bizarre in the sense that foreign nationals are allowed to own land in Namibia with the permission of the minister. So what I fail to understand is the ministry's sort of denial about the involvement. If they're doing their job, they should know what is going on and they should have consented. If they did not consent to the transaction, then it would make the transaction illegal and invalid. So we can't have both scenarios, which seems to be what we are leaning towards, i.e. the ministry was not aware, but it is okay. It can't be both, and there's a catch-22 that I think the ministry needs to resolve, and very fast, because it doesn't reflect well on them. They should know what's going on when a foreign national requires land. They must consent. They should know what the process is, and the process is very clear. There's a number of conditions under which foreigners can acquire land. If it's for a leasehold right less than 10 years, they don't need the consent of the minister. It's a deal directly between the landowner and the proposed landowner or the person that wants to lease the land. If the lease is for more than 10 years, or the person wants to outright own the land, they need the consent of the minister. The minister must consider one other condition: a certificate of investment that is provided by the Promotion of Investments Act. And that means that the proposed landowner has to apply to the ministry and make it transparent. This is the kind of business that I want to engage in. This is the benefit of the investment. And the Ministry of Trade will then consider that on its own merits and issue a certificate to say that this is a legitimate investment. And that certificate must be provided to the Minister of Lands before he may consent to such a transaction. At the moment, we all only have the newspaper reports. I don't know if such a certificate was issued. But the bottom line is, either the ministry knows and consented, which can make it from a legal perspective a valid transaction, or they do not know about it, which means it is not a valid transaction.